All right, everyone, here we are with another video with Invest for tomorrow. And to all the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. And to all the subscribers, welcome back. Before we jump into this chart, I just want to go ahead and quickly announce to everyone, because this is something that I have been emphasizing, but a lot of new time investors or first time viewers are coming across the channel. And yes, you're looking for the chart analysis, but this is what happens in a lot of the videos, and you guys are leaving money on the table, guys. This second half of the video is where the money's at. I've done it endless times with Pendule Duo sitting at 124, ran up to 147 in just 5 days. Charge point at $19, and in just a few days, it ran up to 32. And Skills at 14, 15, and then we talked about it again at 12. I wanted to emphasize it, and it ran up 19 plus, right? So we've done it countless times. Now, not every single time I talk about a stock towards the end of the video means that it's guaranteed to go up, but I share with you guys new opportunities, and this is where the money's at. Yes, you're here for the chart analysis. I get it. I can't blame you. I understand you. If I was watching a video myself or watching one of my own videos, I'm just looking for the chart analysis. I only care about the stocks I'm invested in and move on. I get it. But in this channel, I make chart analysis out of gratitude, and I add on towards the second half of the video new opportunities, and this is where the money's at. Now, not only do I talk about the ticker symbol you want to add to your watch list, but I also discuss, as you see on the screen, the ticker symbols I mention over in the morning over at the Discord, guys. Every single morning, I mention the stocks I'm watching, and if that's something that interests you, the link to the Discord is down below. Slots are filling up pretty quickly, and we have a community of 100 plus members already, all looking to learn and grow together. Smart, intelligent investors, all focusing on the same goal, to maximize profits and minimize losses. And if that's something that you're interested in and you want to become a part of, as you can see on the screen, the different opportunities that have presented themselves in the last several weeks, you're more than welcome to join us, and we look forward to having you join us. Let's jump into this chart and stay tuned on in. All I'm asking for is 3 to 5 more minutes of your time right after this chart analysis to talk about the stocks I mentioned in the morning, as well as the ticker symbol you want to add to your watch list. Here we are with Ocgn stock, Ocugen Inc. And for all the investors that took the time yesterday to go ahead and comment down below the earnings timing and date, I really appreciate your guys' time to go ahead and emphasize that and bring it to my attention, not just for myself, but for all the investors collectively. Now, since earnings is stated based off of what I've seen, and a lot of people have been confirming this, it's tomorrow morning. So you guys are more than welcome to confirm and also share how you feel about it coming up tomorrow morning. So if it's tomorrow morning, one of the first things I want to point out is when earnings is coming up, stocks tend to run towards earnings if things are anticipated to be great, okay? If stocks are falling towards earnings, then things are anticipated to be pretty neutral, and even if they are great, they're probably using the whole entire market sentiment on resulting great news. I don't know if you've noticed, but all these earnings have been beat by many different companies, yet the stocks still fall. So maybe that's how they're reacting to it with Ocgn. It might even jump. There's rumors, and there's a lot of theories going out there of different articles and different statements from different investors. But right now, what we do know is that it's been falling. And it's fallen to the point that it's below $10. And I've said this plenty of times. This goes below $10, there's going to be weakness. Now, this weakness could actually be reversed, right? Based off of technicals. But it's going to take a lot of volume from the bulls, okay? Average volume has been going down, and the volume per day has been going down as well. That's something to keep in mind. Another thing too, the market cap. Yesterday, it was at 2.1 billion. Now, some investors, and this is a very true investment strategy or statement, are saying, and this is something I want you guys to be aware of, that it might already be priced in the value, if it goes above $10, the value of the stock's true possible potential. If they get Covaxin, if the revenue comes in, if the net profit comes in. And I'm going to show you guys an article that I've talked about since way back here in February, March, and April, okay? I emphasized this several times, talking about how important it was for the stock and how it could be valued if this revenue comes in. And a lot of investors and even articles are saying it could already be priced in at these prices, even $10, which is what I found very interesting. When the offering happened, it was at a $10 premium. I don't know if you guys remember my statements and how I felt about that. That was interesting. If they're saying $10 premium, they're valuing the stock below $10. I want you to actually think about that. Premium means above, doesn't mean below. And the stock went above it temporarily, and now we're falling back. Now, I'm not here to be negative Nancy. I'm here to be aware. I'm not taking away from the stock that there isn't potential. It got close to $18, $20, got rejected at 16, and here we are going downwards. So what do I believe personally, and how do I feel? Let me show you guys this article and these other articles in Analysis Ratings and Investors that are saying it's possible that the Covaxin revenue and valuation towards the company could be priced in at these levels. May be true, maybe not. Maybe it could be more than this. Maybe it could turn into $3 billion, $4 billion. But right now, this was a $1 billion market cap stock, okay, in valuation way back here. When it ran up, it turned into like 2.5, 2.7, pulled back, 2.3, pulled back, 2.1, pulled back. We're at 1.8. If we keep going lower and this gets closer to 1.5, closer to 1.3, 2, and the stock keeps going lower, then this stock may have a chance, if Covaxin comes through, the emergency use approval is approved, and they start building that revenue and get that profit, then it will have room to go back up. And once that valuation is priced in, then it will be close to $10 to $12. That's what I'm seeing. This is my opinion. But right now where it's at, if this stock was to not move at all, it would only jump just a little bit because it's missing 0.2 from the valuation of the stock when it was down here at 1 billion. So there's some interesting things here that I've come to find. So bear with me. I'm not here to put fear into you or be negative Nancy. I am here to state the truth. And that's what I do. That's what I like to do best as I know how, to the best of my knowledge. So let's read this together. So Ocugen is a biotech company, and they were stating how the Covaxin was 81% effective. Now it's not. Now it's 78%. So it went down a little bit. Okay, that's fine. And then they're saying it's $1 billion opportunity once they start distributing the coronavirus vaccine. And then they plan to sell 100 million doses of Covaxin in the US starting Q2. If successful, Ocugen would receive up to 45% of the venture's profits, which would likely amount to $1 billion given the current pricing environment for them. Okay, this was before the announcement of waiving patents and making all different vaccines special from one another. That's another thing going on right now in the vaccine world as well. If you're not aware of it, do more research on it. But that's also affecting vaccine companies overall, because basically it's saying others can make a copy of your same vaccine, no problem. It's totally going to be legal, because what they're trying to do, supposedly according to the articles that I've read, they want to stop and control this virus. And we're in the middle of a pandemic, and this is a crisis. This is not something, I guess, quote unquote, it's not stated in words, but for them to be benefiting and profiting from. So it's going to hurt some of these companies. So Ocugen still hasn't gotten emergency use approval. Covaxin is not guaranteed to come to the US yet, right? And then Covaxin could actually now be beat by some other company if this really goes through, because it's not just the administration here in the US, but also the World Health Organization coming into the picture, which is actually now not just a US market thing, if not a worldwide situation, okay? So very interesting. And here it is, the 1 billion that I was talking about. So before this run and all this anticipation, the stock was valued at $1 billion. When they did the offering, it was a $10 quote unquote premium. So that is something that I found interesting in their wording. And from that moment, I realized that the stock is higher than what they value it as to be high. So that's where it became a little bit of a discrepancy, of a red flag. But yet it kept going on news, hype, and speculation. Now it's been pulling back. We're below $10. Tomorrow is going to confirm if this stock has any strength or it's going to have weakness. So for those of you that have stayed this long, give yourselves a pat on the back. Take notes of everything I'm saying, because this is very important to be aware of. And things might change for Ocugen for the better or for the worse. So the 50-day moving average is 11.14, guys. Anything below it is bearish. Anything above it is bullish. Now our support is down here at 904. If that gets broken through, you want to watch this carefully and see how it's reacting between 904, 850, 850, all the way down to $8. Dissect it in those 50-cent ranges to watch closely for weakness or strength. And the most important resistance level is way up here, and that's 1053 for the bulls to start pushing upwards. But it does not signify or guarantee that the bulls have gained control or that they're going to break through the 50-day moving average. That's just a stepping stone to work upwards and for us investors to know where the momentum is going. If you learned something new, don't forget to subscribe, click on the bell so you don't miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to smash the like button to let me know you watch this video, and stay tuned on in. All I'm asking for is 3 to 5 more minutes of your time. I'm going to share with you guys the ticker symbols I mentioned this morning, as well as the one you want to add to your watch list. Stay tuned. So the ticker symbol I have for us today is one that I've talked about multiple times, and every single time it touches $20, it gets more interesting. But for the first time, it's hit below $20, and this is becoming more interesting than ever. I've said it before, but it's definitely one to have on your watch list moving forward. And every single time it's hit $20, it jumps back up, giving 10 to 20% swing trade opportunities. Now, I'm not guaranteeing that's going to happen again, but this is the time to watch this one closely. But before we jump into that, I want to share with you guys the stocks I mentioned this morning over at the Discord. And if it's something that interests you, you're more than welcome to join us. We're 100 plus members already over at the Discord, all looking to learn and grow together. Great, smart, intelligent investors in the community, and that's something you can become part of as well. And we look forward to having you join us. So AMS, I talked about it in the morning. It was currently sitting at 445. And by the way, when I mention stocks, it does not mean that's an entry or an exit. It's not financial advice or anything of that sort. It's just me sharing my opinions and stocks that I'm watching. Now, just because I'm watching it doesn't mean it's something to react upon right away or to react upon at all, right? So for the first time, we've actually had 2 stocks in the same day fall, but both of them have been opportunities, because it's not about where you start watching it. It's all about how long do you stay watching it and where do you find the opportunity. The opportunities are there. They never leave. The moment you start watching a stock, the opportunity is there. But sometimes it takes patience, it takes time, and you got to have your indicators and the charts speaking to you through the movement. So let's look at this. So AMS needed more volume in the morning. TRVN had a lot of volume, and what happened? It pulled back, hit 170, and it jumped back up to about 178. So this didn't give much other than just about, I'd say 5%, like 3 to 5% on the day. This was a realistic expectation move after it dipped and came back up. Now, Apple, I talked about an option play that I did. This was a home run for the day. It gave 20% profit when I bought it at 80, and I sold it at 0.97. So that was the 128 put expiring tomorrow. So this was very risky, and this is something I didn't want anyone to act upon, if not just watch. And even though I sold at 0.97, I even said it, the stock may go lower, but profits are profits. And just a few moments after, this turned into 1.17, okay? So I missed out on another 20%, if I'm quite honest with you guys. But I'm all about executing, and profits are profits, and that's what it's all about. So AMS actually collapsed after me stating in the morning. This is the perfect example of not expecting right away, instant gratification. And when you start watching a stock, you really want to watch it. And you want to look for weakness or a floor. No one knows it, right? And most of the time, the stocks I'm watching, they don't collapse like this. They don't. Usually they have a pullback, they show some strength and take off. But what happened was there was not enough volume. I emphasized it. So a lot of the volume that was showing up was outflow. And you can see that here by the bars. Okay, very little green bars. But something that's interesting is if you really watch a stock and you really want to look for opportunity, it takes time sometimes. And the confirmation is here. Hit a low of 311 and then it hit up to 317, 319, and then 322. So within 320 range, right? Or let's just say 325 all the way down to 310. That was a range of opportunity. Okay. And it was looking like it was a floor every single time between these two and these two. And look what happened after. Okay. Did I know that was going to happen? No. Did any other investor know that was going to happen? No. But when you start watching a stock, even throughout this discouraging weakness, you need to watch it because the opportunity is about to come. Whether it came here, or it came here, it was bound to give back at least 5 to 10%. But you had to watch it. That's why you can't just jump right away. You can't be eager. You have to watch and see. Now, not every single time stocks are just going to collapse. Sometimes they move very fast, pulls back down here to 391 and jumps back up to 419, consolidates, and then jumps up again. That happens a lot of times. So it's always about not having fear of missing out and then also timing yourself and understanding where the weakness is. But early on, since I mentioned it around 445 here, it jumped up to 491. This gave about 10 to 15% right away. But if you didn't play it in the pre-market, the opportunity was missed. Then it fell down, hit a low here of 391 and jumped up to 419. That was another 5% opportunity. But where the home run happened, even though I'm not going to call this a home run, was here after the big collapse. And then once the confirmation happened several times, anyone that's prepared and equipped, like I always say, this is my opinion, I watch for weakness, I buy in, and the risk of trying is putting a stop limit loss or a stop loss, whichever one you're more comfortable with, and then letting it trigger. If it touches it, call it a day. At least you tried. And if it doesn't get touched, ride that one up to your 5 to 10%, 10 to 20%, and whatever it is that you're trying to aim to do. So this is what happened today. Perfect realistic expectations of how the market really works. No one's perfect, but opportunities are always there. So let's talk about the ticker symbol you want to add to your watch list. And if you want to become part of this community of growing and learning investors, we're 100+ members. Check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. So let's talk about this. Which one do you want to add to your watch list? You may have it already and may not. And as I'm talking, the stock has been running. Wow. So this stock has never been below $20 since last year, guys. Okay. And here we are seeing it hit a low of $19.41. And as I'm talking, this was actually at $19 and already got back into $20. This is a stock you want to watch. I would not rush into making a decision with this stock, me, personal opinion. But I would do research on the stock, understand more of what's going on. They've partnered up with so many big companies to the point that they're with IBM and many others, okay, that everyone's talked about. And this has to do with a sector that is growing, and a lot of analysis ratings and investors are saying this is a multi-billion, if not trillion-dollar company. And right now it's sitting at a market cap of 37 billion. So you can think about the room this stock has to grow in market cap and price. So definitely watch this one either for consolidation or a healthy pullback, because this below $20 is very rare And as I was talking, it's been running back up. So very interesting. As always, guys, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.